paramedic Melissa. I am a fifth-year medical student studying medicine in Poland, and today I will be attempting to convince you on why studying medicine here is worth it by telling you 5 things I love about studying medicine in Poland. Let's go! Okay, so first things first, what I love about studying medicine here is the transport and cost of living. So look, I'm Irish, okay, and everyone knows that bus errand doesn't exactly come on time. But one thing I love about studying here and living here is that the trams, the buses, the trains more or less are quite efficient. Like if you are 1 minute late, they will leave you. They don't care if you're running, they will leave. But it also means that if it says it's gonna be at 8:30 on the dot, it will be there for you at 8:30, give or take. And also cost of living. So being a student means most of the time I am broke AF. And knowing that €1 is the equivalent of 4 zloty 23 groszy, I hope I'm saying that right, means that for every €1 I have, it's basically equal to 4 times the money in zloty, meaning that I'm able to spread my money quite thin and it will last for way longer than it would have lasted if I were living and studying medicine in Ireland. So this is such a huge benefit for students who are trying to live life on a budget, because everyone knows like those Dublin prices, they are incredibly expensive. Okay, the second thing I love about studying medicine here in Poland is that studying medicine here means that you get an EU recognized degree, which means that you can use this degree and work anywhere in the world. And of course, since Poland is part of the EU, you are guaranteed like a job in the entire EU countries. And not only that, it is recognized in most countries, or if not all countries around the world. It means I can work anywhere I want and I don't have to worry about multiple exams proving that my degree is legitimate, because it is legitimate basically. The third thing I love about studying medicine in Poland is the class and courses structure. So what do I mean when I say this? In my school, at least, the way medicine works here is that the first 3 years are preclinical, and then the next 3 years are clinical. So it's a 6-year course. In your preclinical years, it's very theoretical based, and so the content is incredibly heavy. Yes, we do have like introduction to surgery, etc. from 2nd year, but it is not the basis of the teaching at that timeline, which means that we are very much able to learn and have a solid foundation of the most important subjects in medicine. We're talking anatomy, physiology, histology, etc. before we go on to our clinical years, to which we can apply that knowledge. Our preclinical classes are quite intense in theory, and so you need to get 60% to pass. And I feel like because it was such high stakes, we are able to have such a good foundation, like a good theoretical basis before going into our clinical years, which starts from 4th year onwards. And even now in 5th year, I generally thought that I would forget everything, but the truth is that medicine doesn't work like that, because there is a lot of repetition. So one thing I have noticed being in 5th year is the fact that I actually apply myself a lot more in classes than when I was in my preclinical years. Because when you're in preclinical years, you're trying to just, hoping that the class gets done quickly so that you can go home and study, memorize like 1,000 Anki cards and hopefully pass your exams, because you need to pass to move on, guys. But now in my clinical years, I feel like I can relax, take my time to use the knowledge that I've gained from my past years. Also, I feel like the clinical classes are sorted in a way that we get such a deep and in-depth understanding of each of the surgical classes. Like, I've just had thoracic surgery, and I feel like I'm applying myself and the knowledge I learned from my preclinical a lot more during my clinical classes, because obviously I'm not worried about like huge important tests and etc., because I know that I'm capable of passing them. My friend literally has their obstetrics and gynecology rotation now, and they saw 3 C-sections in one day. Like, what? Even today I had my colorectal class, and there was a patient with New Delhi antibiotic resistance, which means he basically is resistant to most, if not all, of the antibiotics we have to treat him, and so incredibly contagious. And the teacher was like, who wants to do this? And I was like, you know what, yeah, I will come and examine this high risk patient. And he threw a PPE at me, and we just went in and we did it, and I will insert some pictures here. The teachers are so into giving us a full understanding of their work, of what each surgical specialty entails, and I feel like that's something you are not ready for in your preclinical years, because you don't have the full understanding of what they expect you to know. So it's something I really, really, really like. The fourth thing I like about studying medicine in Poland is the diversity in the school. My school is so diverse that it feels like I have visited over 50 countries without moving an inch from the city. What do I mean by this? In my class group alone, we have people from India, we have people from Ireland, we have people from Iran, we have people from Norway, we have people from Zimbabwe, South Africa, UK, you name it. And I feel like it opens your eyes to also challenge your limiting beliefs. Before I came to Poland, I never had a Muslim friend. I didn't know what it was like to have a Muslim friend. I feel like in this day and age where xenophobia and prejudice are on a rise, it's important to surround your circle with people that will challenge your limiting beliefs, with people that makes you realize that everyone at the end of the day is human too, regardless of what we feel or think. So I'll tell you, like, second year, one of the hardest years in med school back in my day, which is not that long. I remember being with my friend, and every single time before an exam, we will literally say, inshallah, we will pass. And when I tell you, I said inshallah for every single exam, as well as praying to Jesus and praying to whatever God out there, because I needed to pass those exams. Those exams were intense. The way things work here is that if you don't pass an exam, you might be kicked out of the school. Of course, you have like 2 or 3 extra chances, but you don't want to risk those chances, okay? So I had to pray to whatever God is out there, because one of them has to work, and they did. Except for my last exam. That one didn't quite work. And so yes, temporarily, I stopped praying to Allah. My point is that because I was surrounded by such diverse and unique people, I was able to appreciate the culture, the religion, the countries that they come from. And I feel like overall it's made me a more accepting and tolerable being. And I feel like to work in society, you need to be able to commune with such different types of people. And when you school here, you have that. Also, being connected with people from all over the world means that you get to expand your network for your future career. This can open you up to more international opportunities as well. The fifth thing I love about studying medicine in Poland is the independence it gives me. Obviously, this is kind of a personal thing for me. I've always wanted to take care of myself. I took the leap of faith and I left home, and now I genuinely feel like if you were to drop me off in the middle of nowhere, any part of the world, I will be able to survive. I will be able to take care of myself. Independence means learning to feed and water yourself. It means being able to budget. It means being able to cook things you might not be able to do if you were living back home with your parents, or at least like a few hours away. For me, this independence is so freeing. It's about freedom. You're not living under anyone's rules but yours, which means you have to be able to make informed and mature decisions. I feel like because of this, I'm able to make much more wiser decisions than my peers who probably live with their parents, because I'm on my own here. I have to be able to take care of myself and fend for myself and basically keep myself alive. And because of all of this, I believe that I have the strength and the proof that if something were to happen, I can handle things on my own. Yeah, that's 5 things I love about studying medicine in Poland, guys. So one thing I do want to tell you is that if you're in doubt about coming over here to Poland to study medicine, not to be harsh, but you are not unique in any way, shape, or form, because I guarantee you there's someone in your country who has graduated from a Polish medical university and is practicing medicine wherever in the world. My point is that you see this thing you're doing where you're searching up, why should I come to study medicine in Poland? Poland is not a new thing that just popped out of nowhere. A lot of people have been coming here to study medicine and are doctors. So my message to you is to just take that leap of faith. Look into applying over here. Look into the criteria. So just stop questioning it and start applying, because you're only wasting your time with your doubts. And for those who are still worried, who are unsure whether this is the right decision for them, I offer consultations to those who would like to come and study medicine in Poland, because who better to ask than a 50-year medical student? And my rates are much more cheaper than agencies who don't have that much experience with student life and being a student in this specific country. If you need this, then the link is in this description or in my YouTube bio. Without further ado, I hope I was able to convince you that studying medicine here is worth it, and hopefully I will see you soon.